I'm Ralph with 13 Peppers, and I have been blessed once again with another YouTuber and pepper lover here. And would you mind going ahead and introducing yourself?
Capsaiyan. That's pretty much it.
Hey, nice, quick, and sweet. So, hey, I've actually been watching your videos a lot in the community and everything, with you tasting your peppers, your reviews and everything of them, and I actually really enjoy them and everything. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you did to get into reviewing and tasting peppers?
Appreciate that. So it originally started, I watched three people, all right? Bill Moore, Peter Stanley, and obviously Johnny Scoville. And I'm like, I don't know how they're eating these things. And then so I got into growing peppers, and you'll probably ask that later, so I won't go off on a tangent. But
tangents are fine.
I got into eating peppers, and I got into growing peppers, and I would look them up, and I couldn't find out the pepper that I was growing. I couldn't find a review.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll take it into my own hands. So it's pretty much I started it out as to document it really. So I wanted to see, what does this pepper taste like? And I want someone else, when they look it up, to know what it tastes like. So even if it hurts.
No, that is real cool. And the interesting thing is, when I started doing the videos myself, I didn't really see that many other people doing it, and I was like, hey, I can try to do this. And then roughly about the same time, there was a group of like 4 or 5 of us that just started doing these videos and everything at the same time, which is kind of like really, really cool. So but yeah, just like you, just going through and documenting the peppers, because I've actually went back a few times to some of my older videos going, okay, what did I say about this? What was the flavor of this? Do I want to grow this again? So yeah, very, very cool on the documentation side of that.
Yeah, and it's fun. So, I like the video editing, but I don't go too crazy on it because I just kind of like it just raw, like minimal cuts, just beginning to end burn. And it's just, if you just get the full reaction. If you really hated it, then you can't cut that out, you know? So
yeah.
And I've hated a lot of peppers, a lot of Laurel.
Well, I will say, with your lack of editing, it has given you an authenticity on that, because when I'm watching your videos, I get your actual opinion. You're like, okay, I'm eating this. I like this. Great. If I don't like this, I don't care about it. Or, you know what? It's blurry. Hey, deal with it. It's a video. I'm not editing this. So going on.
Yep, moving on.
So,
documentation. If I eat that pepper again, then sure, I'll put probably a little bit more effort into it. If you look at some of my earlier videos, you could tell I was just kind of doing it for fun, and I'm still doing it for fun, but now I want it to actually look a little more polished when I'm telling someone about flavor, heat, yada, yada, and I want it to be clear and concise. I don't want to yap too much, but I still do.
Oh yeah, it's all good, because one of my downfalls is I don't script any of my stuff. I have an idea of what I want to do, but when I start actually tasting and eating the pepper, what I want to talk about sometimes just goes completely out of my head, just because I'm at the burn, the heat, and everything like that, and then trying to remember to discuss the flavor and stuff. Sometimes it's a challenge. So.
Yeah, sometimes I'm just sitting there going to a happy place, not talking at all. People, that's the feedback that they're getting. That's the result. Is this pepper hot? Well, he just sat there staring into space for 3 minutes straight. So yeah, it's probably hot.
So, all right. Well, with the pepper eating and everything, when did you actually realize you had a love for peppers, and how long have you actually been growing them and everything?
So it started, so I had some friends at work that like kind of garden, not really too crazy. But the whole goal was like to attract wildlife to my yard, so, like birds and stuff like that, butterflies, pollinators. So it was really started out with like plants, like flowers. So I got really into flowers, got really into growing herbs. I'm like, okay, if I want to grow vegetables, let's start out small. I already know how to grow flowers, so start out small and let's do herbs, and then we'll work up to vegetables. Then I got a variety of vegetables going. So I got herbs, and then I had most of my flowers. Actually, I hadn't got into vegetables yet. Pepper was my first vegetable or fruit. So my grandma brought me a habanero plant, and it all went from there. I'm like, she goes, this is a Reaper. I'm like, okay, cool. So I was all excited. Turns out I think it was a habanero cross with a Reaper. It was probably some F1 that crossed in someone's nursery or whatever, because I still have the peppers frozen in my fridge. I need to keep growing it out because it's delicious, but it is it looks like a red habanero, and then some of the phenos have a little tail, but the skin is smooth.
Okay.
So it's beautiful, tastes great. Use it in salsas a lot, and my grandma used to make salsa a lot. So, I mean, she just had a huge impact on it. So she would make salsas and stuff. I'm like, I want to make salsas too. So then I'd make them. We're sharing our salsas together, and then I'm growing the plant out. Then I find out there's other peppers out there beyond just like the popular 6.
Yeah.
And then how that rabbit hole goes. Jay's Peach, Ghost, Destroyer, 3000, 7. They come up with all the crazy names, and it's endless. But yeah, I started growing all these varieties, and I would give some to her, and then she'd keep the seeds. And in summary, she's pretty much started it all. So thanks, Grandma.
No, that's real cool.
Because of you.
I learned it from you. No,
yeah, the growing came from her. The whole trying them was more so a personal challenge. Like,
yeah,
I there's no ego in it. There's no like I have to do it. There's no reason I do it outside of the personal overcoming the goal. Like, so I had told myself, well, I want to be able to eat a Reaper one day and just be able to handle it. And so I'm like, let's start out with habanero. I just jumped from Grove pepper, which is like a Tabasco that grows wild here in Florida. I jumped from that straight to habanero. I was throwing it up. Like, I just couldn't handle it. So I'm like, I'm gonna take it slow with slivers, and I worked up and
yeah. It's fun and enjoyable, and yes, I completely understand just the personal challenge, not even to show off or anything like that. It's just like, ooh, I can do this. I want to do this.
Yeah, just to check it off the list.
Yeah,
because a lot of those super hots, I either have not regrown them, or once you've like conquered it, like overcome that specific pepper, especially if it didn't taste good, I ain't gonna regrow it. I mean, unless it's something that tastes really good, I ain't regrowing it. I'm really just on the quest to just find all the ones that I haven't tried, eat them, get my first initial reaction on camera, and then document it for anybody who wants to grow those. Because, I mean, you go on whitehotpeppers.com and you got all kinds of unstable varieties.
Yeah. And
you look them up, and you're good luck finding a review, unless you might find one, but I'm trying to review as many as I can that people don't know about. I'm not trying to do a habanero review. I don't even have a habanero review on my channel. So it's like, everybody knows what that tastes like.
Right, right. So, well, it's according, especially with this season and everything coming up, do you have anything specifically you are looking forward to either picking up, growing, or tasting this year?
So, I'm actually, ironically, I don't think I mentioned when I started all this. This was like 2021, so I haven't been doing it too long. But no, what I plan on doing this year, I do have some super hots, some really cool ones. I also have some, I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I also have some earlier pheno, like F2s and stuff that I got from Jacob Deathridge. He sent one of those flat rate boxes, and there were so many cool peppers, man. I was seed saving like crazy. So I got that, and then I got, like I said, ironic, a lot of mid hots. So a lot of Ahi Guyana, the bronze, a lot of stuff I've reviewed here lately. That's a lot of the milder ones that I got from Matt's peppers. They were just so good. I'm like, I gotta grow them, and I need stuff that I can share with people. You can't just go around sharing Hurtberry and Primatali with people. That
exactly.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I want to be able to share. Hey man, try out this new pepper I know you've never heard of, and then maybe they'll get the buzz and they'll want to grow pepper. Just spread the chili community at a local level.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah. So it's yeah, spreading it nice and everything like that. I got a couple people I know that will actually eat peppers and like tasting them with me, but I say 99% of the people around me, yeah, they won't do anything above even, like a little Tabasco or something like that. So yeah, love to share a little bit more and things, but I'm slowly finding different people. I actually came across another YouTuber that actually lives about 20 miles near me, which is called Hot Sauce Mike, and he actually just tastes hot sauce and different brands and everything like that too. So yeah, I'll try to see what I can do something different and everything, especially with him. But yeah, being able to find people that like peppers, and especially at the level that we eat them, is not the easiest thing.
Yeah, good luck. But once you find them, it's like, you're my friend now. Whether you like it or not, we're friends.
So now I've been asked this, and I'm not doing this personally, but are you working on any crosses yourself?
So I don't do it too serious. When I'm growing two peppers and I kind of start them at the same time and they're kind of progressing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So like size and maturity and budding at the same time. And I'm like, I kind of, it hits me. I'm like, how would that be a good cross? So then I'll kind of look at it and I'm good. Or other times I'll be like, as soon as they flower, I'm going to pollinate them. What I usually do is do it indoors because I've tried crossing outside and it's the humidity here in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really just wasting your time because you can go pollinate all of them and it's either too hot or too humid and then they all fall off and you just wasted 30 minutes of trying to be an intricate surgeon when you could just do it inside where you have control over everything. So the crosses that I'm working on would be a Dreamcatcher crossed with a Jay's Peach, purple, pink Ghost Scorpion, something like that. It's one of the hottest varieties. I don't even think he has it on his site anymore, but if you like look up on Facebook, you type in Potter's Jay's Pink, you're going to find it where it's the longest name for a pepper ever, but it's beautiful. And I think Matt either grew them or had them on his site. I can't remember. He sent them to me, but the ones that made it through sadly were not right. But I'm trying to cross that. I want to get the look of the same pepper, so pretty much the ideal same pepper, but I want the variegation of the Dreamcatcher, so the purple and all that stuff. Now, the Dreamcatcher that I grew it. This is all hydroponically, so it kind of grows faster, in my opinion. And I grew it out of this little creatine tub. I think I posted it in PLC. It was massive. It had this huge canopy. That was my Dreamcatcher. Beautiful plant, vigorous, but it didn't have the purple coloration. So I don't know. I mean, I crossed it anyway, so we'll see if it comes through in F1. But I have that, and then I just got an Aero Garden Bounty, and on each side of that, I'm going to cross a Nymphadora with a Primo, and I'm going to call it the Primadora. I can't wait. You heard it here first. So, and that would be, I want a Primo with Nymphadora variegation. That's it. Nothing crazy. So
okay, no, that's cool.
It's better than Nymphadora because I don't think it tastes very good.
Yeah, because I would love to sit down and take the time to cross some peppers, but right now I just don't have the time. I got a sauce I'm trying to finalize and get done and out, but this is taking a lot longer than what I initially planned. But yeah, eventually I would like to do some crosses, have something unique and personal. So very, very cool. So
yeah, I'd find a day if I were you, because I mean, while you're doing all that, it's growing. You know, it'll be happening in the background.
Yeah,
it's like sock. just pay and then forget about it.
Yeah, eventually we'll get there. So, but yeah. Now, with that too, where I've actually found you, a couple different places we interact on is I see you on your YouTube channel. That was actually the first place I actually found you. Second place we've talked and everything is on the Peppers Lover Discord channel, which is great. But just want to go ahead and focus on the YouTube channel, at least initially first. And what actually made you decide? I know we kind of hinted at it on a few things, but besides documentation, what actually made you decide to go, hey, I want to post this stuff so everybody else can see for the YouTube channel?
And like I hit on, no one else was doing it. I mean, people were doing it, but like I'll use his name, Johnny, and I would say maybe Bill Moore. I know Peter Stanley's a grower. I don't know if Bill Moore. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Johnny doesn't really grow like that, and I don't think Bill Moore grows like that. They have stuff sent to them, so they're limited to what is sent to them. Mm-hmm. Whereas I can grow all these rare varieties, and then I can hit up people I know and get boxes from them, and I know they're growing rare varieties, and then I can go ahead and document that and burn a little bit, and also get my tolerance up, which is just, like I said, a personal goal. So I'm hitting all these little mini goals at the same time, but I get to do all that, whereas I'm not limited by whatever someone sends me. So when someone is looking and they're shopping for seeds, they can, what that pepper looks like. This doesn't even have pictures. Let me look up the name, and they look it up and they see what it looks like. I show it, I split it open, see what the inside looks like. Sometimes I eat the whole thing. Sometimes I have really the goal of a pepper review, and I've covered this before, is just the flavor. How much heat I want to take that day is up to me. So again, no ego, and I don't do it for anybody but myself. So I'm not like pressured to do the whole thing. but sometimes I pressure myself.
Oh yeah.
All right, don't be soft. Don't be soft.
So, well, do you see yourself doing anything different, or where do you actually see you taking your channel personally in the future?
I probably just slowly over time increasing the amount of effort I put into the production. So, I mean, I do it outside, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So I do face chaos factors like the birds. Because when I get off work and I get off I get home by like 5:30. I gotta change into actual clothes, and then until daylight savings time flips again, it's dark. It starts to get dark, so it kind of screws with video quality. And all of these birds at this time of year are all right there.
Yeah.
And that's where they take refuge. They're all like grackles and red-winged blackbirds, and they're noisy because there's so many of them. They're all up in this tree. It's a wilderness back there. So they're so loud, so I have to face that challenge. I don't want to do it in my front yard because it's not the same vibe. Yeah. I don't want to do it in my house, which I've tried to before, but unless I need to do it in a pinch, I don't want to do it in the house. I like being outdoors, and I like the view of the outdoors, and other people seem to like it too. So as far as production quality, that's the limit I have, but I can still increase it, maybe get a better camera, maybe I'll get a wireless mic, maybe change angles, change where I'm at. But as far as the channel, doing anything differently, not really. I might do like a top 5 or a top 10 video one day, and then I'll go all out on editing on that. But that's more of a future thing. Right now, it's just set the camera up, make sure you look good, it's not blurry, you don't have like a crack in your lens again, and make sure it's watchable, it's not 8-bit quality, and someone's going to watch through at least 3 minutes while you're suffering, and then let it roll.
No, that's cool. And I do agree, recording outside is so much better. I mean, I don't have birds to fight, I have lawnmower noises, because everybody seems to love to mow around me. But,
of course.
yeah, it's very cool. I love recording. I mean, I do have a recording studio in the basement, which I've seen in some of the other, you can see in some of my videos, but yeah, it's just not the same as being outside, so it's actually really cool. Now, with that, one of the things that also talked about where I see you and interact with you is on the Peppers Lover Discord. Which is very cool. And if nobody's familiar with the Peppers Lover Discord, it's a great community, especially of pepper growers, seed lovers, heat lovers, in period. But I don't know. I do want to talk about just the love that you get from the Pepper Lovers Discord channel, because you did a video a little while back for the mini yellow ricotta pepper, yes, ricotta, and and people just talking about the color and the fun, and
it's just a bunch of banter. They're a bunch of trolls. I troll them, so I mean, dish it, take it, whatever. Yeah, we all mess with each other.
Yeah, that's the nice thing.
Even if they're colorblind, it's whatever.
Hey, it's the banter back and forth and everything. You just know how friendly, and when it comes down to being helpful, everybody's helpful. But I mean, you get that friendly banter back and forth. It's just awesome. So,
and you can tell it's banter because I'll tell them like, look, man, all right, I can't just upload a thumbnail picture like some sort of Neanderthal. I gotta edit it. Come on. So I'll edit it, and if it changes the color, the yellow goes to an orange. That's an orange ricotta. Change the title, Capsaiyan. I'm like, here we go. Rabbit hole, down the troll hole.
Oh, you gotta love it. So now, with that and everything like that, with all the growing stories, stuff like that, do you got any good pepper stories that you would like to share with anybody or haven't shared before? Haven't talked about?
I wish I did, but I kind of plan out my burns. I haven't really had like the best I can tell you is the night before last. So clearly my tolerance is very low. I haven't been filming videos, don't really have access to peppers. Mm-hmm. Always have tincture on hand. Tincture, for anybody who does not know, is basically capsaicin extracted from pepper powder and like Everclear or a high proof alcohol. And you put it in a dropper bottle and you administer 1 drop, 2 drop, however much you can handle, and that can get your tolerance up. It also has a lot of health benefits. People do you can look on Amazon, they got tinctures for everything, cayenne tinctures and then other herbs and stuff. But I do it for strictly just to burn me really hard, and it's a lot short lived than a pepper. I don't know necessarily why, but it will get your tolerance up quick. So the other night I was like, I can handle like a quarter of a dropper, right? So I grab Badger Bacon. He had that tincture. I think he said he had like 3 more where he donates the proceeds to that dog charity. Plug, so we can get save the dogs there. Anyway, so I did a quarter dropper of that. It lit me up, buddy. I'm sitting there. My wife's doing whatever she's doing in another room, and I'm sitting there like this. I'm on the kitchen sink. I'm just like, just going through it. Straight. You have to go to a happy place, because I mean, when your tolerance is low, like for how low it is, a spicy chicken sandwich from McDonald's was starting to like burn me. Like I was like, what they put in this thing? So I'm like, I know I hadn't had any spicy, no hot sauce, no nothing. So when I had that tincture, man, it was from 0 to 100. But other than that, I usually plan my stuff out. I haven't had like a crazy panic mode that would be good enough for a story.
Yeah.
But that's really it. Yeah, I don't really have a story.
Yeah, that is always that first pepper at the beginning of the year, especially the ones that are not sweet, because the sweet ones always seem to come up first. But that first super hot is always a worry and everything, because I mean, yeah, we don't eat peppers all year long. I mean, I haven't had a fresh pepper since I want to say early November, late October.
Yeah.
And I mean, regardless of me still putting out all these videos, those were all just bulk recorded. But yeah, I actually haven't had that at all, and I probably won't have another fresh pepper until May. I think I might start getting some in May.
I got
maybe April. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I just got seedlings. My seedlings are 3 weeks old. That's it. That's all I got.
Mine are outgrowing their shoes. They need to go outside, but I ain't got nowhere to put them. I got too many. I got to figure out space. So I'm probably going to move a lot of them to my mother's property. She's got like 10 acres.
Okay.
So I have that kind of converted, and I got a little garden spot over there, but I'm going to have to split it here and there and figure it out. But before I forget, there is not really a story, but it also helped me get into peppers. A friend gave me a grove pepper, which is kind of like a Tabasco. And he said, try that, see if you like it. And I hadn't had it. The hottest thing I had was the red chili de arbol sauce from a taco stand at a local taco stand. And it was pretty hot. So that would get me sweating. I'd be like, man, it hurts, but I like it. So he gave me a grove pepper, which goes from arbol, which is I think like 20,000. Grove pepper's got to be 50 to 100 at least. They just vary. And they got all those wild conditions they live in. So I just popped that thing whole, bit into it. It was so juicy and delicious. It had that pepper flavor, like black pepper flavor.
Oh, nice.
But this is the thing. It gave me my first hiccups. I'm like, what's going on? And it had me hiccuping like crazy. I'm like, am I going to die? Like, I'm wondering what the heck's going on. Why am I hiccuping? Am I having an allergic reaction? But no, your diaphragm gets inflamed. I learned all that. But I was like, what in the world? So that did help me get on the trail of, I want to do that again. Yeah.
So
it sucked. It was kind of fun.
That is true. That is true. Hey, would you mind discussing how you actually have like your setup, how you start your peppers or anything like that, or what you go through?
What I do is I go to Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever big box store, and I get the seed starter mix. That's what I personally like. I like how fluffy it is. The fact that it's hydrophobic is annoying because you got to really moisten it. Mm-hmm. So what I do for that is I'll get a large bowl, and then I'll put it in my sink, or if I'm outside, I'll do it outside. Try to avoid outside because of bugs. That's why I do my stuff indoors. So I'll do it in my sink, try not to make a mess and make my wife upset. Put the dirt in there, and then I'll soak it real good. And then what I do is I put my hand in there, get my hands dirty, and just squeeze the medium. And that almost like it's forcing the water to become... Mm-hmm. Or to go inside the soil, and like I'm basically creating mini sponges, if that makes sense. I don't put a lot of water though. I'm not like dipping down in the water and looking for the soil. So you just keep adding and adding incrementally, and then I do the 6-pack cells, put it in there. I have like a short on how I did that, but yeah, that's my method. I just use seed starting mix. If I use seed starting mix and it doesn't have any nutrients in it, I don't give them newts till they have a few set of true leaves. Then I'll
Right.
start giving them fish fertilizer or Fox Farm or something. But if I use this year, actually tried the Miracle Grow starting mix, and it has fertilizer in it. And I didn't add any newts, and it did pretty good. The Jiffy one is completely has nothing in it, so I'll have to add nutrition for that. But then once they get pretty big for those 6 cells, which does not take long at all, I grow them inside under a grow light, if I didn't say the obvious. But I'll transplant them from that when they're seedlings, maybe when they get like 1 or 2 sets into the red circular pots. I think they're 4-inch pots,
Right.
and then I'll really fill that up with something reliable like Pro Mix, and then they'll grow into that. They'll get way too big, sometimes root bound, and then they go outside into a pot or the ground if I'm going to do that. I did red solo cups my first year, and it worked really well. It's just when you get over 30 plants, it gets, you run out of space with the cups. And I'm not doing the double cup where you got to for every plant. That's too tedious.
Yeah.
Fill up the tray with solution and call it a day.
It starts to get a mess, especially the more you grow, and every year you seem to like growing more and more and more, and space becomes a virtue. Even if
I tell myself, I'm all right, I'm not buying more seeds this year. I'm not going to grow as many peppers this year. We're going to cut it in half, cut it down. Last year I had 60 plants. This year the goal was, I think, 30. And I think I'm somewhere in the 70s, so we'll see how it goes.
Oh, yeah. I did the same thing. I mean, last year I'd had 136, I think. Total. No, that was varieties, not plants. And I wanted to cut it down 100, and I ended up this year I'm at 168. So yeah, it's
you need a farm. You gotta have a farm. You gotta get the tiller out or the disking and just make a farm in the backyard.
It's nice I have space, but the problem is being solo and doing it myself. Time becomes more of an issue than does space. So, but it just gets bigger and bigger, just hectic. But hey, it's fun. It's what I love to do. It's what we all love to do. So, okay, cool. Now, with that, do you got anything that you wanted to bring up? Do you want to talk about or anything like that, or?
Nope. Just don't be scared to eat a hot pepper.
No.
Kill you. There's a lot of people who I know they watch not just my videos, they just watch people eating super hot. And I know, and I was in this, like I said, I was in the same predicament. I want to do that. Like, I want to be able to do that. And really, the only thing stopping someone is from doing it. So no one has to jump balls to the wall, eat the whole pepper at once. But you can get pretty far by doing a little bit extra every day or every other day or every week. Whether it be slivers, a few extra drops of tincture, putting tincture in your coffee or on food, whatever. There's all kinds of ways to get your tolerance up. It just, I don't know, how bad do you want it? Because I'll tell you, there are some flavors that super hots have. Well, you know this, you eat them. That you can't, once you get your tolerance to kind of block the pain out a little bit because it's high enough, there are some flavors that super hots have that you're not going to get from other peppers. Yeah. So, like when I ate that death spiral, where it like took me out, right after I ate 250 or 100K peppers, I think it was Fish's Not Banana, and a garden salsa. And like I was getting notes of like cherry and cucumber from, I'm like, what? How are you getting those flavors? You know, most people tell them this pepper tastes like a cherry, and they're gonna be like, okay, buddy. And they're gonna burn, or they're not gonna believe you. But ricotta, you're never gonna explain how a ricotta tastes, and if you don't have your tolerance high enough to enjoy a ricotta, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, so, I'm so looking forward. I'm growing my first ones this year, so yeah, so looking forward to it. Which one are you growing? Actually, it's growing a yellow ricotta and I have a red variant I actually picked up from Matt. So Matt's Peppers, and I don't recall exactly what that one is right offhand. There was there's two that Arianelle and PLC sent me. She sent me a Montefiore, which is a red variety. Tasted like I bit into a fresh cucumber. It was so weird. Like I wanted to go get some tahini or like some salt or something and put it on there and just like eat it. But the best one is that ricotta de seda. So if you get the chance to grow that, I've already had it twice because I got it from her, and then I grew her seeds out in my air garden. Okay. Phenomenal. Like, it's just so good. I get I get excited talking about it.
Nah, looking forward to that because
oh man, it was good pickled.
No, I've been sent a couple different seeds I'm planning on growing out that I just want to taste just for the heck of it because I had Hunter Young send me some of his Deadpool seeds because he said that. I've seen it and it's like, okay, I just want to do it. I just want to see if I'm going to have the same reaction or whatnot. But
exactly.
But as for flavor, the chocolate primatoli, and just to let everybody know, I mean, for me personally, even though I eat these hot peppers all the time, they still worry me from time to time. And that chocolate primatoli, because that was the first time I had it last year, I was like, oh, I was worried to eat it. But after the burn and dealing with everything I had to deal with, I'm like, this has kind of a sweeter flavor and everything on that too. And I'm like, okay, I need to try some other things I can actually do with this. So, but yeah, once you get past the heat, like you said, and everything exactly, you get these flavors and these notes in these peppers, which are absolutely incredible.
And you're not going to get to them any other way.
Exactly.
You know, like Continuums or the Bacatums, they all have their own little flavor profile. Like I can kind of bite into a pepper and tell, okay, flavor, and they got like a distinct little flavor jalapeno serrano as opposed to like a Guyana or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just, I don't know what it is. I guess you eat enough peppers you can kind of tell, but chinins, you know it's a chinins even if they don't have heat. It's just that, I say it a lot in videos, that has that chininzy flavor because it's such a potent, pungent, unique flavor. I don't know how to describe it other than chinin, but mm-hmm. You can, like, I ate some of Fish's crosses he sent me. He sent me a ton of crosses. Like, try these, tell me which ones suck and don't suck, which ones are floral, which ones are sweet, yada yada. But I did that, and I'd bite into them like, chinins, what the heck did you cross that with? And he said it was habanada, but it was crossed with an ahi cherepita. So you can taste that all day long. But yeah, it's all kinds of flavors that people be missing out on. It
is, because if you're just looking to get the peppers from your grocery store or local store, yeah, those don't have the flavors like a lot of these other varieties do, which is amazing. Because I've had some nice orange Thai crosses, especially last year, and oh my god, they've been some of the sweetest Thai peppers I have ever had. Yeah, delicious. Awesome. Very, very nice. So
ever since pickling those ricotta ISAIAS, I need to pickle more this season for sure. I need to really just get more into using the peppers outside of just eating them raw like a savage. There's so many things you can do with peppers, and I had made some for people. I got 2 ounces of chocolate ghosts from Tesla in PLC community, and I'm like, I'll do this. I winged it, right? I just straight winged it. All 2 ounces of ghost. I roasted them outside on my grill, like on the side burner in a pan. Don't cook 2 ounces of chocolate ghost in your house. Your wife will not be happy.
No. I've ran my family out making sauces, so yes.
Yes, I have to do that, and definitely do that in the garage or outside on the grill or whatever. But like when I'm dehydrating. But anyway, 2 ounces of chocolate ghost, I threw garlic, onion, lime, fire roasted tomatoes, just throwing random stuff in there. Best sauce I've ever made. I barely remember the recipe. Dang, I should have wrote it down. So if I make a good recipe, or I make recipes this year, I'm going to be writing stuff down. Just that this worked, this didn't work. Okay, this is what I had too much of. What did I have? I can kind of subtract. Okay, I had too much garlic. Let's take some, and just kind of tweak it.
Yeah, it does, because I have a folder and everything down here where I have all the recipes and stuff that I've modified. Plus, with the sauce I've been working on, I have modified this thing I don't know how many different times. I've been trying to give out a few samples, trying to get feedback and everything from that. But yeah, it's you like to keep those recipes and get those down so you know exactly what you like. So, but no, this has actually been awesome. So. This is great.
Yeah, man, we got to eat a pepper together. Like, do like a live stream and like eat a pepper.
Hey,
or a tincture or something.
Hey, you know what? I'm up to that. Yeah, I'll talk to you offline and we'll do something. That'd be great.
Yeah, so. I did. I remember back on his Facebook, you can do like the duo lives and stuff. And I remember, I think I had mentioned it when I was suffering from my quarter of a stick of tincture. But me and him, our tolerance is, peak season, and we did a full Robbie of one tincture, And then, he's got a high tolerance and stuff, but I mean, he'll be suffering and he'll kind of stop. Out of nowhere, he just grabs it and goes for another one, like another half stick. I'm like, madman, I can't just let him just get away with this. So I had to do one, and we were burning. We were lit up. I was like, this man, he's on a rampage. No one can stop this man. He just, for him to do that, craziness. But we could do it side by side, so people were watching this, or just, dying of capsaicin. It's a good time. So when you're doing it with somebody, though, whether it's a hot pepper or a tincture, it's like easier to tolerate it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're comparing yourself to them, you're like, okay, I gotta out handle it, or if you're having fun, or if it's because you're talking. So many factors go into play, but you're distracted. Really is.
Oh yeah, me and my buddy Doug has already come up with a couple, not really challenges, but things we want to eat for peppers last year, because he's done some of the super hots with me, and he's the one that actually did the chocolate primatoli with me, and he didn't have the same reaction I did. So, but this upcoming year, we're actually going to be eating a whole one, each of us together at the same time. So that way there'd be no I got more than you did or anything like that, and we'll be doing a bunch of stuff like that. So it's going to be fun.
How much did you eat last time?
I just had a half.
I mean,
we cut the thing in half. I had a little bit of a bigger half with a little bit more placenta. He had a little placenta, some seeds and everything like that. But yeah, it was good.
When I'm like reviewing sometimes, I think I've said it in a couple videos, but you can get the same burn from half as you will from a whole.
Mm-hmm.
You can evaluate the heat of that. You can evaluate the flavor. Primatoli is a big pepper. You cut that in half, that's the size of 2 peppers from any other plant. They're just massive. So for me, I don't even know if it would be much of a difference. I think the whole pepper, just because the sheer quantity of pepper, would be more of a stomach problem. Yeah. So for me, and if I was eating the whole chocolate primatoli, I mean, it hurts. The mouth hurts, the throat hurts. It's the stomach. If my stomach could handle it, man, that'd be good. That'd be good. the mouth burn, I can handle that. Like, it's not gonna kill you. I'm in the right mental state to be able to handle it. The stomach actually feels like you're being stabbed and they're twisting it. It's like.
Now, I used to get the cap cramps and everything like that really, really bad, but I actually read something early last year where if you actually have something that's high in fat in your stomach, it actually takes care and you don't really have the cap cramps. I tried it, and all of last year eating all my death spirals, my hurt berries, dragon's breath, even the chocolate primatoli, I didn't have any cap cramps or anything after that. So I don't know. It seems to work for me. Don't know if it works for everybody, but yeah. I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
I said your stomach's made of iron. That's what it is. You're built different. Me, it ain't happening, man. I can have, basically the only way to be able to handle a super hot in my stomach is to constantly eat. So when I had like 2 or 3 flat rate boxes at the house, I'm eating them daily, so I got used to it. And then we get to the primatoli. Didn't matter. It's all she wrote. And the Tiberius Mahler caramel, my gosh, that was every bit of as hot as the primatoli was. And the sheer amount of the pepper, my stomach said nope. And these are, I prepped. I mean, I'm talking yogurt and banana, peanut butter. I've eaten full blown meals to where I can barely walk. And it's just, if the pepper wants to hurt me, it finds a way. It's just, I need your stomach growl.
Nah.
Bug season. So if you see me swatting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would put up with the bugs just to have that nice weather all year long. That would work for me.
It's nice right now. Another thing I learned in growing, every year's a lesson. All right. So
it's so true.
First year, I didn't grow that many plants. It was, like I said, it was experimentation. She gave me my habanero, and then I planted some late in the season, like August. And then I sowed some in November. So the following season, I had like basic stuff: ghost pepper, 7-pot yellow, just basic peppers. And then they gave me a good yield, but I'm like, okay, I can do better. So I increased what I had sowed in November. I had increased my pepper. I increased my grow, and then heat became a problem really quickly. but so did the rain. We had so much rain that season. It just washed all the nutrients out of the soil. It waterlogged the soil, even with good drainage, just because it was so constant. And then the heat would come out and just cook everything. Flowers would fall off. The following year, this past year, pests. Oh, it's always something new. So then I had to deal with chili thrips, and then the heat again. I used shade cloth. Shade cloth helped a ton, but the heat is just so brutal. I think I had to up from 40% to 60%. It was just that bad. The heat. I mean, once it gets above 90, flowers start falling off, and there's nothing you can do. It's not like go amend the sun. I mean, amend the sun? All you can do is add more shade. I ain't got no shade, so that's why I keep planting trees out here. I got one over there where it's all a bunch of dirt everywhere, but
yeah.
It's rough, but it's also fun.
Yeah, it's always a challenge. Weather is something else, and something I'm working on this year, which I have bought, is I actually bought a bunch of beneficial nematodes that I'm going to be putting actually out in my garden and actually working on my pots, because I had a bunch of pest problems last year that caused little black spots all over the place. So hopefully this actually is going to help me, but we will see. But
that's good. I've been learning a lot about pests, and I think, and I don't know if you've tried it, but adding, I don't know if they call it integrated pest management or not. Basically, adding like beneficial flowers and stuff. Obviously, right? Everybody knows. Add a couple marigolds, add some alyssum or whatever. I don't think I added enough, and I don't think a lot of people have. Because you got to basically, you got to create a huge restaurant for insects, so they can go get their sugar high and then go slaughter whatever the insects are in your garden for their young. So if they're having to go next door to the other person's flowers at their landscape and they're not coming to yours, then they're not going to be on your peppers. They're just going to move on. And I think that was a big problem with me. I need to definitely incorporate way more natives into my lawn or into my grow, a lot more flowers, stuff like that.
Yeah. I think that's beneficial all the time. So no, this is actually cool. Hey, trying to think what else, if there's anything else we got on that too. So, but no, I think that's about it.
We're all set.
Hey, cool. Hey, well, first of all, I want to say thank you very much for letting me actually do this interview. I enjoy talking to everybody in the Peppers Lover Discord and all the other growers and YouTubers out there, because this actually gives me more education, and I actually love interacting with the group. So I want to say thank you very much for that.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the opportunity.
Hey, do you have anything that you want to promote, or places people can find you, or anything you want to do per se?
Just the YouTube, Capsaiyan. I don't know. You'll probably put it in the titles. I don't want to try and spell it. C-A-I, C-A-T-E. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, I'll put it in the title. I'll have links in the description and everything like that. So that would be awesome. Also to the Pepper Lover Discord. So if you ever want to chat with this guy right here, you can chat with him there. And
I yap. I'll talk your ear off. So better be ready.
Hey, you got to do that. You got a bunch of people that love to talk about peppers, and that's what we do.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, I think that is about it. With that, I want to say thank you all very much, and you guys have a very, very good day.
Have a good one.